America, this is our moment. This is our time. Our time to turn the page on the policies of the past. Our time to bring new energy and new ideas to the challenges we face. Our time to offer a new direction for this country that we love. The journey will be difficult. The road will be long. I face this challenge with profound humility and knowledge of my own limitations. But I also face it with limitless faith in the capacity of the American people. Because if we are willing to work for it and fight for it and believe in it, then I am absolutely certain that generations from now, we will be able to look back and tell our children that this was the moment when we began to provide care for the sick and good jobs to the jobless. This was the moment when the rise of the oceans began to slow and our planet began to heal. This was the moment when we ended a war and secured our nation and restored our image as the last best hope on earth. This was the moment, this was the time when we came together to remake this great nation so that it may always reflect our very best selves and our highest ideals. Thank you, Minnesota. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
The presumptive nominee of the Democratic Party for President of the United States embraces his wife on the stage at the Excel Center in St. Paul, Minnesota, in front of at least 19,000 screaming partisans on this epic night in American political history and American history. The first African-American candidate for President of the United States, standing right now, perhaps on almost the very spot where the opponent he will face in the November election will be formally nominated in the late summer when the Republicans convene on that very same venue, or at that very same venue. Yeah. A speech entirely different from the other two heard tonight that was generous to Senator Clinton, and that started with the hard news. The first sentence, if you missed it, after 54 hard-fought contests, our primary season has finally come to an end. That was not at all generous beyond the recognition of his service to Senator McCain. I honor that service and I respect his many accomplishments, even if he chooses to deny mine. The use of that word embrace regarding McCain's embrace of George Bush's policies, that is not by accident. That is a reference to a photograph that is the most popular image among many Democrats of President Bush and Senator McCain embracing.
That will be the caption for that picture. I thought the line here was, and this is sticking it to the other side, this is classic political, a swordsmanship. I won't stand here and pretend that there are many good options left in Iraq, but what's not an option is leaving our troops in that country for the next 100 years. That's in the heart, because it's what John McCain said and has had to deal with now for weeks, trying to explain what he meant, the nature of that commitment of troops over 100 years, which he has been at pains to point out was only in the context of a peaceful duty, not a war situation. But it has haunted him.
Yes, that has somewhat enlarged the problem, because it reminds people that it is not a peaceful situation, and the 100 years would only begin after the shooting stops.
So it would be a very long-term commitment. And I think John McCain, to his credit, has tried to make it clear now he wants to win the war and come home, more in the style of Eisenhower rather than in the style of the Korean occupation or the commitment of our troops to Korea all these years.
All right, let's now take the advantage of the skills and expertise of the anchor of NBC Nightly News, Brian Williams, and once again, our NBC